Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be going over the 3 worst groceries that you should never have in your grocery cart. Let's get into it. If your body's not right, the rest of your day will go all wrong. Take care of yourself.
Daddy, it's time to start your podcast.
Today's episode is brought to you in part by Ladybug Natural Solutions. Their mission is to offer all the necessary tools and information that will help improve the lives of all Americans through lifestyle change, which will enhance quality of life and overall well-being. So go on over to www.ladybugnaturalsolutions.com to set up your free 15-minute strategy session, or you can text them at 201-888-4706. What's up, lovely people? Jaquel Wimbush here, your host of Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness Podcast. And today, on today's episode, we're going to talk about, some groceries that should never be in your shopping cart. You know, when you're trying to stay on track with your health and wellness goals, you want to avoid stocking up on these particular items. So, there's no particular order. We're just going to go through them. And number one is the one people crave the most. Those good old potato chips. Yeah, those good old potato chips. And, the Kettle brand potato chips, those are probably the worst because it's a lot of grease. A lot of grease is added into those. It's a thin chip, and a lot of grease gets saturated into that chip. But it's no secret that potato chips aren't ever considered a weight loss friendly food, because in fact, a Harvard study found that the participants who had potato chips as part of their diet actually gained weight each year they were assessed. And those bags of chips are often categorized as the snacks that are causing you to gain weight. These Kettle brand chips are a perfect example of what not to put in your grocery cart, because again, it's not a healthy food at all. Potato chips in themselves, they're just not healthy foods because, again, you're getting a lot of sodium. You're getting a lot of cholesterol from the grease, and you want to just stay away from that. And you're not getting any fiber from these potato chips or anything of that sort. Just one serving is basically a measly 9 chips. So that tells you a lot right there. If the serving size is only 9 chips out of a big bag of potato chips, for a fact that most of the people who are going to have those potato chips are going to eat at least half of that bag, or, triple the amount that they supposed to have. All right. So, coming in at number 1, we're going to, it's the Kettle chip. Number 2, ice cream. That good old ice cream, y'all, that we think is so delicious and nutritious, and it's not. It's not, So, the one in particular that I want to talk about is Ben & Jerry's Chubby Hubby. Chubby Hubby. So we should definitely look into that as a sign to stay away. It's coming in at 460 calories, 220 milligrams of sodium, 45 total grams of carbs, 0 fiber, 35 grams of sugar, plus on top of that, 28 grams of added sugar. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? So, make sure you are reading the labels. If you follow me on my Facebook page, Ladybug Natural Solutions, or my Jaquel Wimbush page, I post a lot about labels because labels are the key. They're there for a reason. If you flip over a bag of potato chips, you're going to see the sodium count. And, you know, a lot of people look at that sodium count, but then they ignore it. But then we wonder why we have high blood pressure. We wonder why we have inflammation. We wonder why we have cardiovascular disease and things of that nature. So my big thing to you is to make sure you are reading those labels. You don't have to completely give up the frozen sweet treat of ice cream. You don't have to. You know, there are other options out there. There are better ones for you in varieties available in all grocery stores. But just know that Ben & Jerry's Chubby Hubby isn't one of them for you. This flavor happens to be one of the ice cream flavors with the most calories you'll find in an entire freezer aisle of the grocery store. One serving also happens to have much more sugar as 3.5 original glazed Krispy Kreme donuts. Yikes. You know, so, you know, when you're looking at these ice creams, just know that, you know, it's 3 times more than Krispy Kreme. And we all know Krispy Kreme donuts are very sugary, and they have a lot of sugar in those donuts. All right. So, and the next one up, number 3, I'm just going to do 3 today, and then I'll follow up on the next podcast with another 3. You know, cause I go to the grocery store often, and I pick up pictures. I pick up, you know, labels. You know, I pick up different foods and frozen foods and all types of foods, and I label. I look at the labels, and I take pictures, and I post them up on my Facebook page so people could really understand that reading these labels is very important to your well-being. All right, and from there, we're going to go to number 3, frozen dinners, the Hungry Man double chicken bowl, boneless fried chicken. Ugh. This Hungry Man meal is made up of 2 fried chicken patties that are served alongside with mac and cheese. The fact that it has more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium is just plain scary. So keep in mind, the American Heart Association recommends the average person have no more than 2,300 milligrams per day. And this is only one meal, nearly knocking that all out at one time. Just one Hungry Man dinner is giving you 2,000 milligrams. So you only got 300 milligrams to go before you done met your daily requirement of sodium. And I don't even think, as a health coach, I don't even think you need that much. You know, salt is, you know, if you crave salt, you know, we may need to look at that. You know, you may need to talk to your doctor or talk to your wellness coach about, you know, why are you craving sugar? Because there's some science behind that. So you may want to look up, you know, Google that and look that up for yourself. You know, and to piggyback off of this cereal, or off this Hungry Man, you know, go down that same aisle, go down that freezer aisle and look at other dinners that, you know, that you could throw in the microwave and things of that nature, and just turn them around, look at it, see what it's saying, you know, let go down the ingredients list, and you will see that, you know, it's better to just cook a meal than to just throw this box into a microwave and call it dinner. All right, guys. So this is Jaquel Winbush, your certified holistic wellness coach on Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness Podcast, giving you 3 foods you need to avoid when grocery shopping. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be well. Hey guys, I would like to thank you all for listening to today's episode of Back to the Basics of Health and Wellness Podcast. Just remember, please subscribe, leave a comment or leave a review, and make sure you tell a friend about it so we can grow. Until next time, enjoy, be well, and continue to make the lifestyle change that lasts. Have a great one.